We all go a little mad sometimes. Get you. Here's Johnny.
All right, hello, and welcome back to the Horror Hour, a place we discuss, we're gonna debate, and probably disagree today on all things horror. I'm one of the co-hosts here, Yutaka. Hello. And today I am joined with George.
Hello.
And Mr. Zzavid.
Before we start, I have a serious question. Does anybody know what it means when maggots are coming out of your asshole?
It's just seasoning.
I'll send you something.
Okay, it's like because it's like the crypt keeper down there.
Ah, poor little fellas. When I think of their childhood, all those cute little maggots.
So it's, yeah.
It's been a while.
Wow, first
Stop
George,
being a
now
maggot.
then... Oh.
Huh?
Green.
What'd you say?
First it's George's hole, now it's yours.
That's
Ooh.
right. That's right.
You guys better get that checked
Scratching.
out.
No, but
Monkey
mine's is inside out.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, hit
Yeah.
it with the cream.
Pie?
It can be.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Girl, I'm just trying to enjoy my tea here.
So today we've got a really fun episode planned. I'm really excited because this is gonna cause some fun debate. Woo. Today we are each going to bring up our three. Now, this doesn't mean hated. It just means the three horror films we think are the most overrated.
Hold on 1 second. Let me hold on. Okay, sorry. My balls fell out. Okay. Don't you just love wearing an overall with nothing underneath?
Oh.
It's like the best. You should try it.
Well, I mean, for me, I mean, you guys only see top up.
I don't know what's going on down there.
Nothing. I'm free.
Oh, you? Have you seen those videos of those guys getting sucked off while they're on Zoom and then somebody's down? Oh,
I have, but I don't do that.
Neither have I. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm at church, girl.
Wait. What's that noise, David? It sounds like a lot of slurping going on.
That's why there's so many cuts in Zzavid's reactions.
That's right. Hey, I have to get on with.
Life goes on.
That's right.
It does.
So I think because I always love torturing George because that's my kink. George, I'm gonna go with you.
Wait a minute. Now that you said go on and on, you reminded me of Chain to the Rhythm, and I can't stop thinking about that song. Damn. Oh, anyways, that's a good song. Anyways, George,
let's hear your first overrated horror film.
Okay. So my first one is The Conjuring. Now, when this film came out, people really, really said like James Wan has changed the face of horror forever. This is a film that's based on 70s and 80s films that just been
that you've never seen,
made relevant. Man, we're not talking about that now. We're talking about this film, which I have seen. Thank you very much. This film is just like, again, I really love Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson. Absolutely. Nothing to do with them. But this film is really bland. It's extremely cliche. It's just full of jump scares that most of them aren't very good. There's no atmosphere. It's so just meh. But people really would say this is modern horror. And hey, James Wan has done something great over there and has really built a universe and has kind of etched himself out. And you know what? Good for him. And I actually enjoyed the second one more. But I just think it's not. And this is what I mean by, again, I don't hate this film.
I don't. Are you sure?
No,
The way
I
you
don't.
just described it, it's very bland.
It sucks ass. I could have burned it, but you know what? It's fine.
So, like, I won't watch it again, but I really like this film.
They can all die, but you know,
I just think like when it came out, people really made a fuss about it, and I don't think it's that much of a game changer. Or to me, it wasn't that much of a game changer in horror from what came before. He just kind of took several ideas and like put them into it, which is fine and it works, but don't make out like he's reinvented the entire horror genre with this film, because he hasn't. I'm taking questions now from the desk.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah,
when
I
they
need
say
to
reinvented,
break this down.
because this came out in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. 2012,
Yes.
2013. So what were the movies, the horror movies up in the markets up in the 2012, 2013s?
That were successes.
Hold up.
Question,
Let me clear these tabs of porn.
Gay cessed again.
No. This was Bear. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
wait.
Continue, Bear.
Ooh. Okay, so we have. What the fuck is this? Who is this? I don't know these people. Sorry, hold on. Oh, we have World War Z, 2013.
Okay.
The Purge, 2013.
Okay.
Carrie, 2013. Evil Dead, VHS 2.
VHS 2.
Contracted came out that year too.
Oh, that was a good one.
Mama.
I don't think.
Oh. Mama, yeah, that
you
was
know,
right.
Mama of the House.
Yeah, Big Mama's House
Mama?
3.
That's right. Big Mama's House.
Jessica Chastain.
Crawl Space. I've never heard of these movies. Oculus.
Oh, Oculus.
Yeah.
Okay.
So those were the movies in 2013 that came out.
But your VHS 2 or a lot
Pipe down,
better
found
than this film.
footage.
You're gonna tell me.
Pipe down.
Let's see what the audience think.
I know. Hold on. Pipe down. Let's say
Sanchez, girl, please. Anyway,
girl, be calm.
What else did you say? Carrie the remake. That was a decent remake. What else did you say that was just good? Oh, what were the other ones?
The
beginning.
It was The
Near
Purge.
The Purge. There you go. The Purge. The Purge was something new.
It was okay. So
That was
Purge
a
is
completely new story.
That was yes, and it was okay. So,
And
I'm
you
thinking
fancy
that
the dad in it.
Ethan Hawke, yeah, absolutely. But I
Ethan
wasn't.
Hawke is like a scream queen.
Yeah.
Shit.
I will say I was not a fan of the first Purge. I think the second one really improved because Frank Grillo is a zaddy, but also he was badass and got real vicious in it. But back to The Conjuring, though, that out of everything that David just said, The Conjuring, that was like the biggest horror hit that year. Oh, actually, wait, World War Z might have been bigger, actually.
Oh, it's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but The Conjuring.
What are these movies? I've never seen these movies.
Some of those are like one. I think Crawlspace was like a direct-to-video kind of. Oculus was Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
You know, so. But that's interesting. How fascinating, because I love the Conjuring series. I love the Conjuring. I saw it in theaters because I'm old. And I couldn't stop staring at Patrick Wilson's ass in those pants.
Oh my goodness, how vulgar.
I know. And I love the sheriff in that.
The sheriff.
I'm not going to remember the sheriff. Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
Yeah, no. But yeah, okay, that's very interesting. But wow.
Again, I will say I don't hate the movie by any means. I just think, again, this is overrated. I just think people really hype this movie up. And to me, it's nothing new that hadn't been done.
It was a modern day Exorcist by the end of it, I guess.
Yeah.
But James Wan, I mean, he reinvented himself because he was coming away from the Saw franchise.
Didn't he direct Aquaman?
Yeah.
And he's doing number 2.
Some crazy shit. I don't understand how he can go, because directors usually stick to their shit, like a Martin Scorsese or something like that. But this whore, he really is like a verse
In the words
Dom
of
Top.
Kelly Clarkson, he spread his wings and learned how to fly.
He's like the verse Dom Top of the horror industry, honestly.
He is. And
Yeah.
because of Aquaman, that's why he got to make Malignant.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh, I'm so happy for that.
God
movie.
is good. God is good.
I bet that's on George's list.
I will
All
fly
right.
through this camera, bitch. Don't try me.
All right. So, okay. George hates The Conjuring. Got it. So, all right. David, what's yours?
Now, this is a movie that I've reacted to.
Oh,
This was a movie that really people liked this reaction and really like got the. I was just like shocked how many people. But I love the movie. I mean, I think the movie's effective. But this movie has become a crutch for whores that love to shit on horror movies.
Oh.
And it's Midsummer.
Oh.
I feel like this movie gave a platform for pretentious hookers to come up in here and be like, well, it's not Midsummer. It's a slasher? Oh, no. It's not Midsummer. And I'm like, okay, bitch, not every fucking movie has to be something that you watch 3 times to understand what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't understand the shit of like this idea of horror needs to be complex. Horror needs to be. I'm like, listen, I'm not saying that everybody who loves Midsummer is pretentious, but I'm saying that there seems to be this trend on going up on these social media platforms and saying like, oh my God, this is it. This is the one. This is the only one. This is the mother of the house. I'm like, no, calm down, bitch. Calm down. Because there's been many more. There's been a lot. And I'm like, well, you don't understand because this movie was written due to a breakup. And I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to know that shit? Like, it's become this thing where people love to dissect shit. And I love it. There's a time and place. But no, if y'all know me, y'all know.
Steve?
Talented, brilliant, incredible, amazing, show-stopping, spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before, unafraid to reference or not reference, put it in a blender, shit on it, vomit on it, eat it, give birth to it.
It's the complexities and the layers of trauma, but it's just like, girl, calm down. Like, not every movie has to be this thing. There is like, you need to, oh my God, but read the interviews, read the dissect. I'm like, no, sometimes I just want to watch a horror movie, bitch. That's all. I don't want to, even though it is effective. Because after some of the movies that I've reacted to ever since, like The Visit, they had a point. If you're over 75, just sit in a corner and die. Honestly, because let's just shoot all of them, honey. Because this ain't it.
An elder.
But the point is, I'm like, it's not even the movie, it's just the people that sometimes ruin shit.
The fan base.
That's fair, because I think when the term elevated horror came out, people are like, I hate that term. I'm like, what? Who gives a fuck? I just want a horror film. If it's, you know what, if you want to make it to where I have to like sit there, think and dissect it to enjoy it, that's fine. But that has no bearing on meaning that it's a great fucking film.
Yeah. It's
like,
too much. I'm like, girl, because the minute, I'm not gonna lie, I love Jenna Ortega, but the minute she said, let's elevate her, I'm like, death.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm like, girl, but hey, this is coming from somebody who loves the campy, the crazy 80s slashers, what they would call lowbrow horror and all that stuff, the low-hanging fruit. But I love low-hanging fruit. I don't want to work that hard for a horror movie. But the point is, it's like, girl, I love the Hereditaries and the Midsummer, because Ari Aster, he gave birth to some great horror movies.
Yes.
No denying. They're effective because they're uncomfortable. They make you say, what the fuck? But people, calm down. Like, it ain't that deep.
But the one scene that does make me made me feel a bit like ugh is when they go to the parents' house and that music's and you see them like the sisters like killed them all with the gas and like she's sitting there with the exhaust. They were
dead. That was what made you uncomfortable?
They're just sleeping, baby. I can deal with nudity and smashing people's heads in off rocks.
No, I was talking about when he was physically drinking her, or drinking her blood. Remember? And then he like pulled out her hair.
Twilight. Yeah.
That was uncomfortable.
Wait, the pubic. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've had so many pubic hairs in my, wasn't.
That's different though. You're expecting it. You're not sitting there just eating. Like, well, I guess you could be.
Huh? What? Oh.
thick it and you floss. Oh, anyway, okay.
All right. Okay. I guess I should talk about my pick for overrated horror film. Now, Titanic.
Girl.
I'm kidding.
Just
kidding. Yeah, I've never seen the film. Not gonna.
I said what I said.
Anyways, I'm gonna go with 2002's M. Night Shyamalan's Signs.
Ooh.
That is overrated in my opinion.
You're gonna piss off Chris Stuckman, huh?
I know I am, and I love him. I really do. Yeah. But honestly, for me, it really was because I felt like I enjoyed it the one time I watched it. It's not something I can rewatch because I find it very
boring.
Yeah, it's boring.
Okay, you can say boring.
It is. I'm sorry, people, but let me tell you, seriously, I felt like he was just throwing everything. I felt like a stew because it's like, let's toss in crop circles, let's toss in aliens, let's toss in religion, let's toss in flashbacks, let's toss in, a really racist individual who's, an awful person, Mel Gibson, Actually, we didn't know at the time, so I guess that's fair. But
okay. Well, racism was in,
But honestly, no. I think Signs was a huge, massive hit, and so kudos. Yeah. And honestly, it put some of those folks on the map. But for me, I saw it. I was like, oh my God. It made me think of American Horror Story season 2. I was like, I can't handle this.
What happened with American Horror season 2?
He doesn't like the aliens.
Oh, yeah, I remember. I was like, yeah, this is a lot.
And that's what I felt like Signs is. It just feels like there's a lot in it.
Mm-hmm. But I felt represented, though.
Oh, okay.
Because when the aliens showed up, I saw myself. Not the aliens.
Sorry.
Pepper. Oh, are you saying he's disfigured?
Well,
I'm talking about being bald. And
you see me naked?
Oh, yeah. But that's just my. I think he puts out a lot of great films, but that's not one of my favorites of his. And people
what is your favorite
often reference. Who? So many say The Sixth Sense, and that was a good one. But I have to say, after his entire career, I can say, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, and George is going to love this, but I love The Visit.
Oh my God, that's my favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It is so good. Like, I did not see that
well.
coming. Like, the ending, oh my God, was wild. I thought it was gross, like the poop diapers, and on the kid's face, I was like, "Oh my God!"
It's hard for people today to go into The Sixth Sense without knowing anything about it.
Exactly,
like you know what is coming. But with The Visit, it's more because it's not the biggest M. Night Shyamalan movie. It's pretty it's very almost independent kind of feeling. So even though it's Universal, I think it's Universal. But I didn't know what the fuck was gonna happen. I thought it was just gonna be a Deborah Logan situation. With Deborah, girl.
But look, I know people love Signs. People will defend it to this day.
Signs overrated? Like, I thought everyone hated it. I thought that was unanimous thing.
Oh no,
people like it.
Signs.
I mean, I'm rubbish with it. Like, I'm neither like it or
that in The Village.
Love The Village.
Asleep. I fell asleep.
The Village. Actually, that's probably my favorite. I remember that twist. I was like, when that Jeep
doesn't account for taste.
You're saying that hold on. You're saying that of all the movies that M. Night Shyamalan has made, The Village is your favorite?
Well, if we're discounting The Sixth Sense, because that's,
no.
Because The Sixth Sense is probably my favorite, but after The Sixth Sense, it's probably The Village. I mean, there's not much other decent ones to choose from. We're going to choose The Happening.
Oh yeah, The Happening was so bad.
Old. Like what?
Okay, Old was bad too.
Well, wait a minute. Isn't there what was it?
Lady in the Water.
Wasn't it Split? Did he do Split?
Oh, Split.
I live for
Split.
Split
was actually, you know what? That was a good one.
Because let me tell you something. What was his name?
James McAvoy.
He could have split me.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dang. He could have taken my ass for like the bars.
And
hello. That's right.
My name is Elder Price. Anyway.
Anyways, well, I guess mine wasn't as controversial. Yes.
Maybe it is. Let us know in the comments below if you think
Yes.
it's
Let me know
controversial.
how horrible I am. Sorry, Chris Stuckman, because I do love you.
And he lives for that movie, honey.
I know. He could stick me.
Oh!
He's hot. Sorry.
All
I
right.
have a thing for those movie reviewers, Mr. Stuckman, Mr. Johns.
I bet you've seen many Johns. Huh?
Speaking of that, George, what's your next one?
Oh,
my next film, I feel like I've mentioned this before, but I can't remember if I have.
Probably
Hereditary.
Oh, he's
I see
for
the
it.
Ari Aster interview is gonna be fading away soon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry.
Left your ass on red, bitch.
Yeah. So
Tony Collette will never visit
first
us
of all-
now. You're a dick.
no, let me finish.
Oh.
Tony Collette is obviously
Let you
fantastic
finish.
in that film. She's fantastic in all the films she does. I love her. But not even she can save this movie from itself. Like this film, it's like fractions of 7 different films. Like I'm sure he was writing short stories and then said, "Let me compile them together." Like, and they never add up to a whole. They never add up to a whole film.
And
It's like half. It's not plot driven and it's not character driven. I don't. It's driven into a lake. Like there is. There's nothing.
We're gonna find you in a lake by the end of this.
Like there is nothing. It's like imagining it's like one big drama school audition. I feel like they're all auditioning to go into like Juilliard or something. Like it's like giving Arto. It's given like just it's like pick the most like dramatic thing. Like, and to me, it's not a horror film. It's like a family drama. There's nothing scary in that film whatsoever. Nothing scary. And by the end of it, it's just like that ending scene. I mean, that was like something out of a horror comedy. That was a scary movie. Those naked people around that head. Oh no, like
George, it's about generational trauma.
It's a movie about trauma. It's a movie about trauma. The movie is about trauma. The 2018 movie obviously was a movie about trauma. The whole last movie was a study in trauma. It's a lot about rage and trauma colliding.
But that film,
Holy shit, you went in on Hereditary.
This was built as horror, and this was not a horror film.
What?
It was
Hereditary was. I will like
this
this
fucking
is
random
where
seance going on. Like anyway.
where David though said, and I totally agree. When Hereditary and Midsommar came out, it created a new audience in terms of how they looked at horror. And I think that audience, in my opinion, kind of ruined it because they took the fun out of horror. So I could kind of
I think we could almost say it's almost like the same with Drag Race fans.
And yeah,
Where it's like, well, let's talk about it. Some people take things too seriously. We live in a world where people like to. I'm like, girl, take a Percocet. Like it's not that deep, girl. So you don't think any of it is horror?
No,
that is shocking. Because
girl,
that. It's more horrific. The film itself is horrific, but I just think that no. But it's
you did not just say I don't think it's horror, but some things in the film were horrific.
No. I'm saying the film itself is horrific. It's a horrific film. Like it's not good. Technically, it is.
Girl.
Technically, I will say it is very beautiful. Technically, like it's stunning. Just think
you
it's
know
like
the part that really scared me to shit.
Fucked up.
The part when he's at home with the band with the nose thing and all that stuff, and he's looking at the fireplace and she's right up there and she starts running after that shit shook my mom hated Hereditary because we went to see it together and she hated that movie. She was like, I'm ready to go home, sure. But
your mother can have tea.
Yeah, she would love you. But I was like, that scene when she's banging up against the wall and then she's like says, you know, like you know, that stuff. Oh my god.
Man, though, George, you went in.
And that's probably and I'm gonna that's the one film on this list that I just don't like. Like the other two, I haven't got like I don't hate or anything. I don't dislike them. I just think they're overrated. Whereas this film, I just don't like.
Damn,
it's just not for me. I'm sorry. You can.
Well,
everyone
thank you for joining. This was our final episode, as George will be found in a ditch tomorrow.
Yeah. Toni
Wait,
Collette, we
George,
still love to have you on.
Yes.
Listen, Toni Collette was amazing, and she was great in she's just great in everything.
That's true. Oh, wow.
So, anyway, I've said my piece. Come for me in the comments. Do what you want. I'm used to it, but
Please do.
Drag him, let him have it, honey.
Oh.
I can't wait to read the comments.
I know. Oh my God. Oh, all right. David,
Another
what's your
one.
next
Thank
pick?
you. Drag him.
Oh,
Oh my goodness.
it's gonna be so much fun to see that one. So,
Oh my
David, what's your
God.
next pick?
Now mine is one that I love, but I love the second part more. So I don't understand why people love the first one. I mean, well, okay, it's Friday the 13th.
Damn,
I
was
was
gonna pick
watching
that. Okay.
I watched both of them earlier this week, and the second one shook me up a little bit, a lot more, because I love the first one's innovation of the mother.
Yes.
I mean, because it's very like a slasher, but with revamped 80s, like a psycho kind of vibe, where it's like, you know, kind of, you know, motherish kind of. But what I don't understand is how people tend to dismiss the second one a lot. I guess also because it's like there's so many that are after the second one, you know. But there's something, and also, here's the thing. I also love the Town That Dreaded Sundown, The Burning, and all those movies.
Ooh,
so for me,
Sundown, yes.
For me, I'm always like, those scare me more a little. I mean, especially The Town That Dreaded Sundown, because that horror was. I would have moved. First of all, I would not live in a town where some bitch comes every couple. No, we're not doing that. But the point is, and he's shooting people in their houses, like they're all nice, and she's watching TV, and it's like pop. So it's like, you know, that just scares me. So I was, you know, so it's this thing. There's and then
a good film.
So it's really good. But so when we get to the second one, that's where shit really gets creepy to me, because there's a scene where I forgot their name, and I watched it on Tuesday. That where it's like where they're in the room checking for somebody, and the room is pitch black, and he's like, I think there's somebody in this room. And it's like that shit creeps me out so much.
See, I know. Yes. Oh, it's such a
and
good
then all
scene.
and then all of a sudden it's Jason jumps up. Oh my God, that part creeps me out. And it's just those little things. And also the cast, bitch.
That cast was fire and sexy. The guy in the wheelchair was in that one, right?
Yes, son. Yes, he was.
Oh my goodness.
Run up on those wheels, bitch.
Right?
But I mean, his death was crazy. His death was part of
that death was so camp. I loved it.
It was ridiculous. I was like, hello? What? I was like, girl, that bitch did a dip, honey, on that.
Gone.
And then they put her down the stairs. I was just like, oh my God.
I'm like, girl, y'all are wrong for that. Y'all are going to hell for that one.
Deaths to all of them.
I live for that. I thought that was amazing. The cast was hot. The deaths, it was, I mean, in my opinion, it was much scarier than the first one.
Yes.
And I just think it really, I know the mask is, you know, his masking part there, but that mask in the second part, again, it reminded me of like the Town That Dreaded Sundown.
Yes,
so, but
it's creepy.
I think it's much creepier than the hockey mask, because then the hockey mask became more like it's Jason, you know, like let's rebrand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, for PR purpose. But that sack, oh my God, that shit creeps me out. Oof.
Yeah.
I live.
So you're saying that part one is the overrated one?
I think part one is the overrated one. I think part two is where it's at. Like if you really want to, I mean, if you really want to turn the party and crack somebody like that's never heard of Friday the 13th, the first one is great because obviously you don't know what the fuck is, you think that Jason is Jason.
Yes.
But the second part, that's the one that scares, like that's the one that does it for me. When I really want to scare, I think that's the scariest one in the entire franchise.
But
I
I'm
mean,
happy
my favorite
you said that too. That was really awesome.
I mean, my favorite,
of course, is Jason X.
That's right. But the one that really creeped, I mean, it was just and then the way he was coming at people, he was just so ruthless in that one. And then it's like, again, that scene, I think there's somebody in this room that if somebody says that shit to me, I would be bolting out this house. I'd be like, no, you ain't catching me, bitch.
I would be like, Aaron, and you're next. I would jump out that second story window. You think
there's somebody in this room? No.
That's like going to one of those gay cruising clubs when it's pitch black and you're like,
no. I think there's somebody in me. That would be interesting. Yeah. That's what
okay, so I guess my next film. Oh, people
Uh-oh.
gonna come for me.
Oh.
Oh, people gonna come for me because it's more that um a certain Irish person,
Who's not
George,
here.
who's not here.
Ben.
Ben talks this film up so much. Actually, a lot of people talk this film up because they have a huge hard on for Mike Flanagan, who I don't mind because he's made some really great stuff like Midnight Mass, Hush. Like, those are.
You're missing a big one.
This is
You
the one.
better not. You bet.
I am gonna.
You better not say Gerald's Game.
Oh,
good.
no. I was gonna say Dr. Sleep.
What?
Yes, I knew I was gonna get that response.
You fucking whore.
I think that is an incredibly overrated film. And I think people gave it too much credit, which is also why it bombed at the box office. I don't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I hate it because there were a lot of things I really enjoyed about it. But there were just so many memes and so many things, and I felt it became so overrated, and it ruined my enjoyment of the film. And I wanted to see more interactions of, I wish I could remember the little girl's name. She was pretty badass when her and Rose the Hat were going at it.
Ooh.
I did love that. But yeah, that film, I could never rewatch. It has no enjoyment factor for me. I think it's beautifully made. I do love the cinematography, but I don't really enjoy the film. But I'm not going to crap on it like, George did with Hereditary. I'm just going to say, to me, this is an overrated film.
Like his tricks do on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Skibbity bop bop. Okay. No.
Scat.
On his chest.
So yes, have at it.
I am perplexed. I am confused.
I am disgusted.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I mean, and I saw the director's cut of this thing, and for me,
sat through that.
Midsummer felt longer than Dr. Sleep. For me,
I would agree to that. Yes, I will agree to that.
The things that were just happening, it felt more like a continuous. I don't know. There was a lot. It was also the intro. I also Rose the Hat for me stole the show, and I had a fucking. She
was badass. Yeah.
Oh my god, when they killed that little kid up in the field,
I will give them. I couldn't believe they went there with that.
Oh, I could have seen more. But I would personally. I'm not a sick person, I promise.
Okay, James Charles.
But that person. Well, he doesn't want to kill.
Allegedly.
But no, that first scene with the girl from the Haunting of Hill House, when she's like playing with her, and then all the people start. Oh, that creeped me out. It was just like I thought it was just so. Again, it was just so much fun to look back at a movie that I grew up with, and then like being remade like that because they did so. I mean, I think like when you love the original, I think most people would really enjoy this one because I feel like it's more of a continue. I would hope so because I feel
that's interesting because that's why I disliked this film. I loved the original. I love The Shining.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why, like, when I watched this continuation, I didn't enjoy it. See, that's what's fascinating because there are folks out there who really loved The Shining, like myself, but disliked Dr. Sleep. There was like this. I don't know. There was a disconnect for me, but.
Something's not clicking. Something's not clicking.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, I know.
I am so confused. I love it. I thought it was great. I love the big into like when they get into all the bitches come out of the box and all that stuff and start coming for Rose and all
great things. Yeah, I love it. I could have actually watched a movie just with Rose the Hat.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Like
I love that moment in the supermarket. I loved that like her getting thrown.
Get out of my head! Get out!
Like, yeah. When she battled the little, like, her and the girl, like, their interactions were so good. Like, so,
the hands.
Yes! Like, so, look, I enjoy aspects of the film. I just didn't feel, for me, it connected all the way. Let's put it that way. But people like raved about it like it was the next big thing. Like the way it was built up for me, like I guess, and same thing. I loved The Shining. So I was going into this And I already set it up in my head to be this huge, like I had high expectations. And so for me, it didn't meet those. And that's why I'm like, it's so overrated.
Here we go.
I'm Shelley Duvall. But
I should have worn my hello, I'm Shelley Duvall shirt.
Danny,
no.
so much.
Danny.
Whoever that person who played Wendy in this film, and I thought she was fucking amazing. I was like, that's Shelley Duvall.
And also, again, representation matters, because that tall guy, I felt myself represented in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
The tall guy, the one from the group.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was also mad they killed the real hot dude in this.
I see the Real Housewives. I was like, were they in this?
That
was Halloween, girl. That house, you're on the wrong housewife. What?
Yeah, housewife. No, I said hot dude. There is an actor. I'm getting.
Oh, the one they shot in the neck that he shot himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
I love him. He's so dreamy.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, I was so mad.
I would have sucked
his soul.
Yes,
his light.
His soul. Yes, that's right.
I'd like to see his
from a different orifice.
Yeah. Oh yes,
that's
better
right.
in than out.
That's right.
Oh,
or better out than in for my asshole. Wait, what was his name? I forgot his name. Oh God, it's the meds.
Who?
The director,
Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan.
Thank you. He's done some great.
He has.
I mean, for me, Gerald's Game is the
I
one
love Gerald's Game.
Honey,
Yutaka doesn't like it, but
I'm not a fan of it.
What the fuck is wrong with you? And it's just so good.
I did love the degloving though. That was one of the best degloving scenes I've ever seen. That was so good. Like that.
I couldn't look while I was editing that scene. I had to look away.
Oh, I love gore.
And your cameo in it as well at the end, Zzavid.
That's right. That's right.
She came in.
It's me.
You're smaller than I thought.
Oh,
you get that a lot as well.
We're all gonna. Well, I think so far, me and George both have films that people are gonna come for us for. So, George, let's hear your final pick. What's overrated to you?
Halloween, the original.
Wow. Continue with this topic. Oh, I knew this was coming. Oh,
I'm keep going. Real quiet until the end.
Because I'm going to say I appreciate what it's done for horror.
Okay.
But baby, we've got to move on.
Says the man with the scream shit in the background. Continue.
That was scream was more
turn around.
Do you know what it is for me mainly, and it affects my viewing of the original film more so, is the mythology of the franchise as a whole has become so like disconnected, and it introduced a lot of stuff from like the whole Michael Myers family lineage to fucking occult to his origins to him being, and then they rebooted the whole thing. And I think for me though, I just still can't watch that first film like and ignore like all the shit that came after it. Like I think there's just some really the kills aren't imaginative. That knife would not have kept that man up. And then they have the continuous scenes with the repetitive stalking of Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. Like the first time when she sees him outside the school, you're like, ooh. But then it starts happening every other fucking scene. It's like him disappearing behind a bush and shit. And then it's right outside a house and manages to disappear in front of her eyes, even though she's still looking at him. Like it's just a lot that goes on. And I don't get it. And sorry, I love Jamie Lee Curtis, but I do not like Laurie Strode.
Are you fucking serious, Karen?
And, like Laurie Strode in like everyone, or like 2018 did a really good. It was a really good like follow-up sequel to that film, but Laurie Strode was, and it was so unlikable as a character.
Oh my god, wow. Whoa, I knew this was coming because I've heard George behind the scenes gripe about Laurie Strode not being a final girl. because George thinks he's, George, it's okay. We're gonna flesh this one out
and let you talk. No,
yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna let Zzavid take this one.
I personally, I know we all listen. I let your filthy cum guzzling mouth talk. Now let me talk. Let me kiss my piece. I personally, I understand that we all love. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I personally understand that Miss Sidney Prescott is amazing. She is great. She's phenomenal. We have the what's her name? Erin, also from the Your Next and all that stuff. Scream, Scream Queens and Final Girls that are ready. But you have to understand that there is sometimes this a little bit of like suspending your disbelief in a certain situation. Because let's be real, most of us think that we're Sydney, but mama,
George,
let's talk. Let's be for real now. You have to be on some serious shit because you have to understand, if somebody was stalking me for 40 years, you best believe I'd be on crack or alcohol. So because honey, I am not with it. Because let me tell you something. The fact that this man, and I understand there's some, because for me, I personally, H2O is the one for me, is the one that's most like, she's up and she's tired of running, she's tired of being tired, she's drinking, she's doing sex and all that stuff, she's sleeping with,
Alan Arkin's a daddy too.
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah, when he got ripped up and from anyways, but it's like, I don't know, I feel like there's this more authentic thing to Laurie, where it's like, and I understand it's a movie, it should be imagined, but at the end of the day, there is something more realistic about Laurie Strode than Sidney Prescott, in my opinion. Because we're all like, she's moved on from her trauma, she's not letting it hold her back. Well, bitch, you try somebody stalking you for that many years and try letting it go. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real.
But he wasn't stalking her in the end. We found out he just wanted to go home. And she's wasted all her life.
All right,
because
Dorothy.
She thinks,
like,
I'm sick of seeing these women, these old women, her and fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. These old women think that a man from 40 years ago gives a shit about them. Surprise, he doesn't.
Okay, but you're going into...
I'm talking about the first film.
Okay, yeah, I know. Pipe down, bitch. I love you.
This is my moment.
Your moment
has ended.
Yeah. Okay, but seriously, George, Halloween is so great in my opinion because first off,
that's your opinion.
It is, and we let you talk because bitch, they're gonna come for your ass. They are gonna
do what they fucking want.
You know what though? You'll probably enjoy it. So
yes.
Guys, make sure hit that like button because he'll really feel it. You know what I'm saying?
I'll feel those thumbs up.
Yeah. But honestly, I love
more than a thumb.
If they had a fist. But I love Laurie Strode, and I do enjoy Jamie Lee Curtis's performance. There was something about Halloween that I think started, the slasher craze, honestly.
Yeah.
But also, like, I think Halloween as well was just something I think you may consider to be overrated or dislike it, George. I get it. But it really created something, not only with storytelling, I think, with kills, but also let's talk about that score. I mean, John Carpenter, like, I love that film. And so it hurts me to hear
you see, unlike George, I like Laurie, which makes
I
me
love
root
Laurie
for her.
Yeah.
Like, because she is fucking exhausted. I mean, her, especially in part 2, girl. Let me
such
go.
A good sequel. I loved that one too.
Poor thing dragging her floor like a fucking like pastrami dragging on the floor and all that stuff. She's all fucked up, bent out of shape and shit. I'm like, no, have mercy. I would have, It's like this thing where it's like you really want to root for her because she's so, especially by the time, because I went to see the 2018 in the movie theaters, and I was just like, my heart, because I was tired for her. I was just like,
yeah. I thought they were gonna kill her.
Same. I thought so too, but I was just like, oh, by the time we got, and also it's like, because I just kind of disregard 3, like, Season of the Witch to H2O kind of thing, because I like they did, but I love a lot of them. Like I love part 4. But I really do. I love that ending.
I prefer that.
Go to bed, Dr. Loomis. Go to bed, Dr. Loomis. You're tired, child.
But so what I'm just gonna say is I don't hate Halloween by any means, and I said I appreciate everything it's done for horror. The score is brilliant.
Wow,
well, listen,
George.
I'm gonna tell everybody if in the
Season of the
section,
Witch is the best film.
What?
Who said that?
George.
George said 2 more days to Halloween. Anyway.
Let me tell you something to the people in the comment section. When y'all about to murder George, make sure you use a kitchen knife, a butcher knife, to remind him what Halloween really did, bitch. Okay? Let me tell you something. I love Halloween. I will always love Halloween. I think that Michael Myers is one of the most terrifying fucking murders, creatures, unstoppable human beings.
I am shooketh.
And Resurrection's the best one.
You would have thought that I just finished eating pussy because I am disgusted right now. I am confused. I am perplexed. But you know what? I'm gonna let you feel your fantasy because this is your moment, okay?
Gosh. Okay. Well,
again, I hate Hereditary more, just FYI, but yeah.
But anyways, so fine. George thinks Halloween is overrated. Does not like Laurie Strode, and comment down below on that. So next, oh my gosh, George kind of wore me out with that one. David, what is your third overrated film?
Oh my goodness. Well, okay, how do we move on from that? Mine is one that I like. I just don't think it's scary. Okay. And also, it's The Omen.
Original or remake?
Original.
Okay, some people like the remake. I'm just asking.
Have I seen the remake?
With Julia Stiles and Liev Schreiber?
Julia Stiles living her best life at the moment.
It's really good. But okay, continue.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, she got killed, right?
Oh yeah, she still died.
Well, after what she didn't save the last dance, she should have been killed. But the point is, the original. You see, especially when you come off of watching something like The Exorcist, it's very hard not to compare.
Yes,
the kids, the demonic kids, and all that stuff, like the Children of the Corns, which is also not my favorite. But this one in particular is hailed as a classic, is hailed as one of the greatest in terms of horror, especially for the 70s and all that stuff, which is great. But personally, I want to be scared, and I wasn't scared. And the thing is, I love the ending when Miss Thing turns around and says, "You would have thought, bitch." I live for that part, honey. But I personally, I don't know. I wanted more death. I wanted more horror. I wanted more.
Interesting.
Because I feel like when you're dealing with the devil, I want you to show me what the devil can do. Besides, no, wait a minute. There's some death, like the part with the head.
That was a good kill.
I love that kill.
Great practical. Yeah.
I wanted more. More, especially when you show me things like, I watched The Exorcist before I watched The Omen.
Okay.
So when I watched The Exorcist, I was coming into The Omen like, oh, this bitch is gonna kill everybody and all that stuff, and I was like, okay. I was a little bit mildly just mildly disappointed, just a little bit. But I thought it was great. Like the performances are great. The little kid stole the show. He was phenomenal. But I just thought, I was like, okay, this is hailed as one of the greatest.
You guys are coming from my classics.
No. And it's the thing, because it's hailed as one of them. Like, it is. God, this is the one. Is the only one. Which I understand.
That, but fair.
Which I understand. Okay. But I like to see more. I'm a visual kind of bitch, so I need to see a little bit more in that. But I understand that it's the 70s and there's only so much that they can do and all that stuff, especially we come a long way. So, But for me, it's one that I can't. It's one that I watch and sometimes I'm like, okay, can you just kill the parents already, please? Because I'm tired. So, yeah. But that's just me. But again, I like to be thoroughly entertained throughout. That's why I don't like slow
Damien,
burns.
it's all for you,
I
Damien.
love that scene. Yeah.
It is a great scene. It is a great scene. Damien Safredi, it's all for you. I will do it all for you.
Oh wow. I do. I love that film. I find it as a classic, but I'll say something that people will hate. I loved the remake. It was
I don't think I've seen it.
it's just
The
very
remake.
it's
I
updated.
think it's on HBO Max.
Yeah,
It's with him in the
Maybe I'll
swing
watch
because I
that
just see
tonight.
that poster. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I enjoy the remake more. I know I'm terrible, but I do love The Omen. So, but oh damn. I think I'm still coming down from George's picks, so that's why I'm not as hurt right now. I'm still like, woo.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to see. Hold up. I think, I gotta see this one because let me put it on my list. Hold up, because
I like Julie Stiles
I know
in
there's
horror films.
Isn't she in
She's in The New Orphan.
The New
Yes,
Orphan.
okay, gotcha.
Which we can't talk about just yet.
No, but yeah, I got his last name wrong, but Damien Maffei. No, I'm serious. It's all for you. I would, Mr. Stranger, part 2. No, just text me or call me and I'll be there in a minute. But the point is, I think that some of
the way
them,
he drags that axe.
It's heavy. It's heavy. Back to the horror. The point is that I like some of the murder, some of the kills in the sequels, like when he's up in school, like in school where he's more
Ooh,
of a teenager.
yes.
Yeah.
When he burns, and there's just some great, but I just think the first one, I'm like, okay,
that's fair.
Let's move on.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
I enjoy it. I'm not like, oh my god, this I would watch it, but yeah, I wouldn't like, it's not something I'd watch all the time. I'm really pissed off that my mum never called me. She said she was going to call me because I was born on Halloween. She was going to call me Damien for a joke, and she never did. And I'm like, I'm really hurt that you didn't.
Well, you look like a Damien.
Yeah, I would have lived. I would have fucking lapped that shit up. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, but there you go, guys.
Wait a minute.
Why doesn't somebody come for David for not liking the Omen, then come?
I know people are gonna come for me for not liking, but saying that Midsummer.
Yeah.
And it's Midsummer. It's not Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Yeah. I guess I should go with my third pick.
Go on then. Take us home.
Yes.
Take me home.
Ooh,
that would be a cool death, like in a disco, like in a prom, and there's a murder on the deck.
like a
and
knife
somebody's getting
like
chased,
hair,
like a prom night kind of scene.
That
where
would
she's
be
like getting
sick.
chased, and that song is in the background.
Could you imagine like a trailer and it's like slow and it's
speaking of prom night. Speaking of prom night.
What?
That's your number one.
That's my next one.
The original.
Mm-hmm.
But you complain that I didn't watch that.
I know, I'm kidding. Come on, I love prom night.
I was gonna say, I'm not.
I just wanted to see Dave.
David's like the soundtrack.
He was just like Halloween and now prom night. You all are
like I just collapsed a little bit. I'm not good. Wait a minute. Oh my god. I gotta lick my nipples real quick. Hold on. And you better not shit on that soundtrack because that soundtrack is everything.
No, I love prom night.
No, I'm talking to George.
Yeah, because every time you mention it in the group chat, he's like,
the soundtrack is
the
greatest.
Good.
It's one of the greatest soundtracks to any. Besides horror movies, it's one of the greatest soundtracks ever. It's on Spotify now. Stream it. Hold up. Before we let me just hold up. Name some of my favorites real quick because I can't. Hold up. Because y'all play too much.
I had to say it just because I wanted to see your face.
Listen, Love Me Till I Die. Tonight is Prom Night. Changes. Oof. It's one of the greatest songs ever. It could have been released by an artist and it would have been fucking amazing. It's my opinion. But let's move on.
Okay. So I will say my damn, you would have thought I just murdered somebody.
Yes.
I already knew like electric chair.
Death.
Okay. So all right.
Say it with your chest.
I am. I personally love the film. I do.
Uh-huh.
I think it's overrated because of how people take it. And that would be on our next episode. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Okay.
Bitch. That's
it's gonna Okay. I'm really gonna say it. I'm so nervous. I am
Say
so
it with
nervous.
your
Like,
chest.
I
Say
am.
it with your
Okay.
chest.
All right. Okay. Everyone talks about horror sequels, and that, yeah, I know. And I I enjoy it, but I don't love it. And that would be, and people do, Predator 2.
Girl, you're just dragging us out.
I know. No, that's it. Predator 2.
You think Predator 2 is the one that's overrated?
Because everybody just, okay, all right, fine. It was Scream 2.
Ooh!
Alexa, turn off bedroom lights, please.
Oh, bitch. Oh, now he's offended. Now he's offended.
Now he's offended.
Come to the camera. Come to the camera. Face your trial, bitch. Come on.
All right. So let me talk about this because
Alexa,
now
turn on bedroom lights.
Is it me? Am I the drama? I don't think I'm the drama. Maybe I am. Am I the villain? I don't think I'm the villain.
Alexa, make George pretty. Oh, see what doesn't work. Anyways, let me talk. Let me say my piece so you can then have your moment. Okay. Because I have seen all the Scream films in theaters. I love them. I think Scream in general is incredible. See, he can't even look at the camera, bitch, when I'm talking to you. Look at the camera.
Look at the dick when you're sucking a bit. Oh, oops, sorry, I got it.
I know, I'm sorry, I got a little butch. No, so Scream 2 is an effective horror film. It's incredible. Again, it's probably, yes, we know, George. We know, we see it. Hold on to it, baby. But so many, and this is because I just loved the original so much. When the sequel came out, it was just so like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. It's better than the original. And I don't believe that. That's just me. I don't believe it's a sequel that's better than the first. I still love it. I love everything about it. But I do find that when people talk about sequels that are better than the original, that tends to be one that's brought up. So, see, when I say overrated, I'm not saying overrated as it's a terrible film by any means, because I love Scream 2. I just didn't find it better than the original. That's my opinion.
I do find myself watching the second one more than the first one, though.
See, I watched the first one the most. I've seen the first one so many damn times. I fall asleep to it. And I think now, and this would be part of why I maybe dislike some parts of Scream 2, is I did love Randy. And that's more because I related to Randy because I when I was growing up, I actually worked in a video store. So I was like, oh, I know.
It's the first video store to be created.
Yes. And it wasn't Blockbuster, so y'all can fuck off.
It was Rockbuster. Yeah, the Flintstones and all that. Yeah.
Busted some rock.
Oh,
that made no sense. Anyways, no, I worked for Hollywood Video back in the day. The one where like they actually had the idea of Netflix first, but the guy who ran the company squandered $100 million on marketing. Oh yeah,
hookers and cocaine.
Yeah, the way that fucking thing, like that company collapsed. George, you should look him up because his house, one of his houses is like abandoned and it's like this massive mansion in like, I think Washington State. Yeah.
I've never
like,
known some people that like to go into those abandoned things.
George would love this. I think it's like 10, 15,000 square feet. It's gorgeous. But anyways, yeah. So that's my pick is Scream 2.
Could have been worse. Could have said Scream 3.
How dare you? Not with Jennifer Jolie.
Not with me in this chat, bitch, because I'll swing on a bitch.
Yeah. So, see, mine wasn't even as controversial as y'all thought because I still love it. I loved Sydney. I didn't like Derek though. So okay. Well,
I think I love you. So what am I so afraid?
And also, I loved Mickey as a killer. And Mrs. Loomis.
Mickey
like there were so many great things, but when that film came out, and even still to this day, people like, and I think it's more because when I hear people talk about the franchise, they just immediately go to that one now. And so it just hurts me.
And there's also a group of people, which can be understandable, that think that there's some parts in Scream 1 that are a bit boring.
Yep. That's fair.
Let's be real.
Yeah,
I've seen this before, and there's people that say that the beginning and the ending is where it's at, and there's a big chunk in the middle where it's a bit a little bit slow for some, which I understand because the movie's almost pushing 2 hours. Not saying that it's long. I forgot
about that. I did forget about that. Okay.
But I've seen this conversation before, which I can understand. And I feel like part 2 is more filled in
yes,
between.
That one is like boom, boom,
yeah,
boom,
and also the deaths are so abrupt that it's like a bit like, you know, and the chase scenes are so fucking iconic in that movie. In the movie, that it's like, I mean, you have Sarah
Gale
Michelle
in the sound booth.
That sound booth, but also Sarah Michelle Gellar's death is one that breaks my heart, because
I think that's also why it still makes me mad, because I wanted her to live. I'm like, how dare you kill her?
She can't catch a break, honey. They got her. They always be killing the bitch and all that stuff, girl.
But you know, I did love in the making, like, she's like, I'll do all my own stunts. I'm like, work, bitch, work.
And then Wes made another character after in Scream 3 and all that. But like, I will say,
yeah, so sorry, but that's my pick. I'm so sorry. Please, you know what? If you want to come for me, because I still love it. I still love Wes Craven. Wes Craven fills my heart, my soul. Yeah, my whole, I guess. He was still kind of cute back in the day.
Out of interest,
okay, what do I need to know about your necrophilia kinks in this channel? This is a reputable.
But I did reputable.
Which is
That's
your
funny.
favorite?
Tell another one. Tell another one.
Yeah.
What is your favorite sequel from Scream then? Do you think the second's overrated?
Be honest.
I loved number 5.
Oh.
I did. If you want to know my official Scream ranking, because I put it out there.
Yeah, because I can't. Yeah. And actually, I want to know Zzavid's, because I don't know if we've ever said it fully.
So my official Scream ranking is Scream 1, Scream 5, 2, 4, and 3.
Okay.
And the only reason 3 is last, because they killed the character they never should have, and I'm still pissed about that to this day.
Okay. George, what is your official ranking?
Mine is literally
the movie. Are you serious?
The Order.
George, are you serious?
Wow, you are basic.
I would say. So I would say. I would probably say.
Have you seen The Many Slept With? Oh.
So Scream 1 and Scream 2 flip for me, but I mean, I think Scream 1 is still the most iconic.
George was so versed.
Follow him on Twitter.
Do you know what it might be? Because actually talking about rewatch factor, I'm gonna say 1, 2, 4, 3, 5.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna say I've grown more recently when I've been rewatching them, because I rewatch them every month, but to enjoy Scream 3 a lot more and more so about Sydney in Scream 3. I think she's the best she ever has been in Scream 3 in terms of her character development and stuff, and like that house. Oh, bitch, she lives my best life, living in the middle of nowhere with a dog. Nobody wants to speak to her. That's what's going to happen after this episode, because I'm going to be fired from the podcast.
So actually, I think both George and I will be canceled, and everyone's like, fucking hate them.
But 4, I mean,
yeah.
4 to me, sorry, yeah. But I think there has never been a better reveal of a killer than in 4. That reveal of Jill, you can say what you want. Nobody saw that coming, and if they did, they're lying to you. So I'm saying 1, 2, 4, 3, 5. Zzavid?
Well, I mean, mine is not by far, it's not a popular one, but it's I think they're all great. I think they're all amazing. I've rewatched all, but in terms of one that I would, in terms of like sitting down and actually watching them on my own entertainment, it would be 3, 2, 4, 1. No. 5, 4. Wait,
hang on. What? No.
Hold on.
Start from the beginning, please.
Okay,
I am confusion.
Yeah.
Wait, 3 is number 1.
Yeah.
Then is 2.
Yeah.
Then is 4.
Right.
Then is 1. Then is 5.
Hey, because if you were going to swap 1 and 5 around, then that would really have been.
Listen, bitch. Don't talk about. Listen, you had your Lloyd Strode moment. Don't talk about me, honey. Because but it's just in terms of entertainment. Like I want to be entertained, and 1 sometimes can, because I've seen it so many times that it's also like another thing of like, okay, let me just watch something that's a little bit more, that moves a little bit quicker. You know what I mean? Because in part 1, which is understandable, we're introducing everybody.
True.
I know everybody, so I want to be. I just, I know what's gonna happen. So I want to see more of like that. For me, I still think about the kills in part 4 is so gruesome, and so I watched.
I mean, Olivia's
I
death
love
is
Scream
like
4 because of that.
I do love Olivia's
I think
death.
it's the most gruesome death I've ever seen in a Scream movie.
I think it is actually the most violent.
Like, and so graphic, because usually,
like you see her guts just.
Oh my goodness!
And then Sydney's like putting a hand down.
That reminds me, I have to unsubscribe from one of my OnlyFans. Anyways.
Yes.
Anyways, but that's just me in terms of entertainment. But I think they're all great. I think they're all great.
Agreed.
Watch any
they
of them.
are all incredible.
That's
I
fair,
love.
but I do think
Scream.
that Scream 2 has the best opening of any of the other sequels.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the one that terrifies me. Like the one that scares me the most.
I do think people now are talking, which I mean, I'm not saying I am, but I do think a lot of people, like you're saying though, Yutaka, talk about that second opening with Jade and stuff more than they talk about Drew Barrymore recently. I feel like there's a lot of people talking about the opening of 2 on Twitter a lot more, and maybe it's because Scream 6 and there's this whole thing.
Where Scream 6 might mirror Scream 2. Yeah.
Or there's going to be some. There's going to be some. There's going to be some part in the theater.
Like I'm trying to ignore a lot of the Scream comments on that because a lot of people are trying to spoil the film, and I do want to enjoy that film. So. But yes, there is a lot of Scream 2 chatter, and maybe that's why I'm like kind of have this right now, that it's a bit overrated. But again, I'm not saying overrated as in hate.
Yeah,
I'm not saying like George and Halloween.
I don't hate Halloween. I hate Hereditary. Let's just clear this up.
George and Hereditary. George and Laurie Strode.
That's fine. It's fine.
Calm down, Mary.
Baby.
Don't talk to me like that. Calm down, Mary.
Zzavid.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this episode, bitch.
Man.
Woo.
Oh,
but yeah.
God. Ooh, I don't even know how to end this right now.
Well,
you know what? I know.
Do you not have these on video as well? Like, you're old and you don't have them on video.
This bitch just came for me again.
You went to school with Jesus, so you should have these, right?
This is true.
I mean, did you? I knew.
Yes, I owned all of those on video. In fact, I still have TV Guide clippings.
I remember you saying this. Actually,
when Scream, because that's how much I like. Scream was the first horror film I saw in a theater that really scared the living shit out of me. And so I have like all the clippings to where like the promo was like, oh, so-and-so, are they a suspect? Like, they did a really good job with all of that. So, and I remember, so, yes, I'm old.
On the TV with the fat back.
Yeah. Ooh, who doesn't like a fat back?
Did you have a remote on a wire?
Bitch,
did they ever? I thought
they did in the UK. They did.
Stop.
You used to have a remote on a wire.
No, ours had batteries.
So you automate. I guess so you won't lose it. I guess. Also, that makes sense. Or you can put it to the sofa.
That's so random on a wire. Why did you stick it somewhere?
Not when I was. Not obviously because I'm. Fucking, even though I look old,
so young,
but
he still has placenta on him.
Me. But yeah, in the UK they used to have a
that is different.
That's wild.
I ain't never heard of that.
You know what, y'all? Look, this has been a fun conversation. I've really enjoyed it because we've learned so much about each other, and we know we may get some hate in the comments, but that's okay. We want the comments. Let us know. We respond to all of them.
Even the shady ones.
Yeah, because they're great. You guys are. Yeah. Oh. I really love what you say about my face. Thank you. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Wait, you saw that comment?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that was one of Zzavid's burner accounts.
I appreciate it. It makes me feel so good about myself.
Sloppy Pig 69.
But seriously, you know what? It's always a fun time here with George and David. We really have a great time. Steve couldn't be here. We apologize because, well, that's Steve.
We just didn't think his vibe matched up with ours, so we decided to.
Yeah. We've eliminated him. But that's the life of a parent. I can't wait to be a parent.
Liam went to go and see Chromatica.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
Liam
they will call social services on me.
Liam's living this Gaga fantasy right now, lucky bastard.
in
a
group session on the third floor of Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Ooh. And
that is very specific.
That was happening at Chromatica yesterday.
Not with monkeypox outside, girl. Like, come on now. Oh Lord.
And
Lord.
I promise.
What are those bumps
day...
on your dick?
Oh,
never mind.
Oh,
those are the symptoms of the monkeypox.
Oh.
Have you seen those videos of people getting monkeypox?
I have, but I ignore them because I don't leave my house. I'm a shut-in.
Well, I see them, honey,
for a good reason.
I mean, he's
There's
really giving
so much going around right now. I'm just like, I like my four walls.
Busted down. Oh, those are for. Oh, never mind.
I bust the windows out your car. Anyway.
Come inside.
All right, Mercedes.
Anyways. No, but seriously, thank you, everyone. We hope you enjoy this. Like, comment, subscribe. We really appreciate it. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time we put out new content, which is interviews, reviews, filthy, rotted, decrepit things like this. Make sure to go check out Zzavid's channel because he's got some good reactions and some bad ones.
What?
Oh,
wait, what?
And come to George's channel on August 21st when House of the Dragon starts.
Oh, yeah, you could do that.
I'm reacting to that.
Yeah.
She's coming back.
There's
House of the Dragon, the new Game of Thrones prequel.
I have never seen Thrones.
It's shit. I wouldn't watch Game of Thrones. I would honestly not. After that last season, if anybody said I'm going to think of starting, I'd be like, no, don't bother.
And
waste of time.
And make sure, because I'm already dropping our next topic because we already discussed this.
Did we?
We did. We're gonna make George actually watch. Yes, we are going to take two films, one from the 80s and one from the 90s that George has not seen, and we are going to discuss them. And both myself and David will pick them. And I think I already know one of David's picks.
But he's seen it already. The one that I wanted him to watch. But so I need to think of another one.
He hasn't seen Prom Night.
Oh, he hasn't seen Prom Night. He's not going to like it, but that's fine. I don't care.
But
Prom
we are going
night. Everything is all right. Okay. Anyway.
We are going to make him watch some great horror films because we need to expand his repertoire, or like his hole. It needs to be opened. So,
yeah. And then unable to close, and then, Anyways.
The meat curtains. It's going to be fun. And hey, thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
You have been listening to the Horror Hour. See you next time.